Hey guys, Naresh here from My Producer Journey. I hope you're all keeping well. Welcome back. This is my penultimate vlog on my experience of using the Mind Journal and also more recently the Sam Harris Waking Up app. So I've been documenting my time as I progress through 3 phases of the Mind Journal. I've now got to the final phase and I've just done the first 3 or 4 exercises. Now I've started to slow down a little bit. I was journaling every day, and I think some of the value that's got from these initial exercises got from taking maybe an extra day to do the journal. Now I think the exercises that have come out in this final phase are quite thought-provoking. So for example, one of the things that you look at is things that you put off. For example, many things that you want to do, but you always have an excuse for to delay it, to do it another day. And it asks you to list them and then actually ask you the question, well, why? What's putting you off? If you had total freedom, how would you then go about implementing those things that you want to do? And I guess it brings to the fore things that you put off, that you know you're putting off, but taking a step back, you know, why aren't you doing them? And I guess linked to this is also looking at things that make you happy. What do you get most joy out of? So I was looking at playing music, DJing, just sometimes just noodling around, creating ideas. And you know, with a personal life that's pretty heavy with family life, and then you've got professional life with work commitments, leaves real little time sometimes to you know, jam out some ideas. And for example, you know, January, you know, some of you may have taken part this year. It's being involved in things like that just to put out ideas, and then maybe some of them turn into tracks. They just don't happen. Sometimes we're exhausted, and I guess perhaps some of that is just down to scheduling. I think you know, the exercises really bring to surface these are things that are important to you, but you're not doing them. You're always finding excuses or ways to say no to these things, and I guess time flies by. And how many of us, I guess, have experienced, you know, we get to the end of the year and the things that we wanted to do we didn't do. I guess we start again in the new year, and I guess this is where I am. You know, we're into February. This year I've got some goals down. This year I've put down a 90-day plan and some scheduling this time. One of the important things I found so far in doing this journaling is, if it's not planned, and more importantly if it's not scheduled with a date and a time and a day, it doesn't happen. And I guess even when it doesn't happen, I guess the good thing is that I'm conscious of it, that it didn't happen, and then I want to kind of get back on the saddle and get into the activity that I scheduled for myself. And I guess so far this channel and this vlogging is part of that. I've kind of committed to vlogging each week, roughly Mondays, a day late today, but I mean, I think this is the point that I'm trying to make, in that once you've got these things scheduled, you tend to stick to them. And I guess it's not being too harsh about when you're missing them, but you realize that through the daily journaling, the meditation, it helps you bring clarity into what you're missing and bring you straight back into carrying on. You know, and I think the journaling element enables you to get out the fact that you've missed it, the fact that you then need to get back on it, so you don't lose too much time, you don't drift. And I think often, you know, when you've left it a couple of days, things start to really drift out, and then they become harder to get back in. The daily journal, however, is helping me snap back into it within a day or two, and I don't feel bad. Some of the weekends have gone past and I've just rejoined back into my schedule, changed it up a little bit, and back on it on Monday. It's work in progress building this habit. I think I'm trying to also add in health benefits here around training in terms of the gym, the diet. They've not all kicked in, but I think part of this exercise is thinking about these things, not being too harsh when you're not achieving those goals or scheduled activities, but just keep going. That's there's quite a few books out there, but I think it's the 1% rule or a minute a day. There's something out there that talks around just this incremental development of whatever your base is. Don't worry about it, however bad it is. And I think this applies to even us as music producers, where the concept of writing a track for the bin is something I've come across, and I thought it's not a bad idea actually. Where you shake off any stress, any negativeness that you might have in your mind, or a vision of where you want to try and get this music developed to, but then not meeting expectation and then just quitting altogether. And I think the journey I'm going on at the moment, that the journaling in particular is helping to kind of just daily check in and just keep plodding on. Which in the past I haven't, and I think this is one of the benefits here that I'm finding now, 25 days into this exercise. What else? The meditation. So I touched on this last week, and I think it's fantastic. The whole concept of journaling and meditating at the same time, I can't recommend it enough. The mental clarity that you get, that allows you to then focus on the rest of your activities that are quite useful. I think the order that I found to be the best is journal first, so you dump out what's in your mind, then meditation, so you then focus and you have that clarity to then move forward with whatever you want to do. And obviously with the daily check-in, you're setting yourself the goals of the day, what you want to achieve. So that in itself, I think, helps to kind of define your day. And I can say it doesn't work all the time, but I mean 9 out of 10 it does. So and when I haven't used it, and when I've been a bit lazy or got up late, and then the routine hasn't kicked in, the day has not been so productive. I often feel that had I spent that time, extra half an hour, just prepping and planning my mind, that day would have been so much more productive and fruitful. So not every day as you do this you'll find that it's perfect. I think then that's the journey and that's the experience and the takeaway, that when those days aren't so perfect, you're still able to get on and carry on, recognizing and being conscious that actually those days weren't so good, but you're still doing something about it, which kind of helps that kind of negative cycle, positive cycle, and then you keep going. This week I've slowed down, so some of the the exercises have taken longer to do. I'm conscious that there's only now 5 left as I near the end, and then the journal turns in a different direction and you're left to blank pages. So I'm slightly worried about how that will go, but I'll continue to journal and let you guys know which direction I go. So far each exercise has been helping me, and it's quite interesting and exciting at the same time. Looking forward to what questions are going to be asked and how am I going to assess myself. But the blank pages that I know are coming, they do worry me a little bit, because I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to write in them, from previous experiences of using the artist way and writing morning pages. It is perhaps going to be my default position on this, but let's see. Maybe there's something in there that tells me what to do next. But but you know, I'm learning, and I guess I'm sharing that experience here. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much. If you're watching so far and you've watched the other videos, like and subscribe. Please DM me or comment if there's anything that you guys want to say or ask. I'm all ears and happy to respond where I can. Thank you very much, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.